Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? It is great to have you with me. The Minnesota Vikings are just an hour and a half away from their battle with the Chicago Bears. Bear down. You're not in first place. Chicago Bears. Ha, 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 ha. Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. We got it going on tonight. Last game until we get to that bye week. Last week. Till we get to that bye week. If you didn't already do so, hit them like buttons and hit that subscribe button. If you don't already subscribe to Purple and Gold for days, for all kinds of great Vikings content. Yes, I know I ain't been on since Tuesday. We had the holiday, Thanksgiving, and all the travels. Didn't have a chance to really put out any content. So you best believe I'm going to get one in here tonight. Let's do what we always do and get the shout outs to the people in the building right off the start. Let's see who wins it tonight. We got my guy, Greg, GMAC 2072. What's going on, Greg? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. We got the McAndrews in the building, one of the OGs. Thank you so much for joining me. We got Skoltron Julio. What is going on? Thank you so kindly. Everybody give a shout out to Skoltron Julio. Love the name Skoltron, a take off of my favorite cartoon growing up, Voltron, baby. That's right. That's right. Everybody give a shout out to Skoltron here. Here we go. We got Skolger Soup in the building. What's going on, Skolger? Good to see you as always. My guy, Sodak Kid in the building. What is going on? What's up? We gonna get this W tonight. That's what's up. You know that. You know that. We got the bane of my existence, and I say that with my tongue firmly implanted in cheek. Too Evil to Hope is in the building. What's going on, Too Evil? Good to see you, as always. Good to see you. Grandpa Dave from Vikings First and SKOL is in the house. After my show tonight, my objective is to keep this to 1/2 hour, because at 6:05 over on Vikings First and SKOL, we got the Real Forno show, which is also going to be another pregame show. We've got live at the 2-minute warning, which is the postgame show tonight as well. So if you don't already subscribe, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast aggregator, hit up Vikings First and SKOL. Grandpa Dave, thank you as always for joining. We got Roger in the building. What's going on, Roger? Thank you as always for joining. Much appreciated. We got GG Sports in the building. Shout out GG Sports for hitting 1,000 subscribers last week. You know, me and Rap did rapping for days. We said, you know what? These guys are only 7 away. Let's get them pumped up to 1,000. Congratulations to my guys, Jamie and Casey, for hitting 1K. We got Dave Debato in the building. What's going on, Dave? Good to see you as always. As always, thank you so very, very much. Two-Tone Tony, what's going on? How's your day going, day? I'm doing good, Tony. Thanks for joining. And we're going to be better tonight after we get this W. Get back on the winning track. And at the end of it, 7-5 into the bye week. Yeah, we would have all taken that. Shout out Grandpa Dave as well. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We got Six Shooter in the building. What's going on? We got Frozen North in the building. What's up with you guys? We got Vikings Gaming. What is going on, everybody? Okay, so shout out. There you go. There you go, Six Shooter. Okay, so we're going to make this brief. We're going to go rapid fire. But for the next couple of weeks, every show that I do, I'm going to turn down the music just a little bit. Now I'll leave the music where it's at, but I got one for you guys. And I know y'all probably spend a lot of money on Black Friday, but hey, this is for a good cause. Mini Me is going to be going to the Big Apple in Washington, D.C. on a field trip this spring. So I need a little bit of help, y'all. This single dad thing, you know, the money gets kind of tight. So here's the deal. Any donations made tonight and for the next couple of weeks of shows, whether it be on YouTube or via the Cash App, they get a matching donation from the school system. I don't know how it all works. All I know is I just got to turn in some receipts and they will match some money. So any donations you guys can make now, tomorrow during Rapping for Days, or the next couple of weeks, gonna help my daughter out. Get her to the Big Apple, touring the World Trade Center Memorial, as well as the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Memorial when they're in DC. Anything you can do would be greatly appreciated. So if y'all can help a brother out on this wonderful Monday night, getting ready for the game, help a brother out here. Okay, let's cut the music for real this time, because y'all know how we start this show. If this is your first time here, I do a little something special at the beginning of each show. I shout out everybody who puts their name in the shouts and says hello. In fact, let's get the next couple of one in here. Ice-T, what's up, Dylan? Good to see you. We are about to smack the snot out of the Bears. You better believe it. The Bears are going hibernating after tonight. We got Vikings fan 123 in the building. What's going on? SKOL Dobbs, it's going to look like fire in those throwback jerseys. You are correct. Shout out right out the bat, GG Sports, for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you. I'm not going to do my sounders because every time I do the sounders, my mic gets messed up. And until I get that figured out, I'm not doing the Ric Flairs. I'm not doing the Vikings horns. But shout out GG Sports right off the back for the $9.99 donation. I appreciate you so very, very much. Okay. Back to how we start each and every show. That's right. Each and every show. We give shout outs to the people in the building when they put chats in, when they make the donations, but we also do some shout outs to some very, very special and important men and women in our lives. And that is the active and veteran members of all of our militaries who fought for our freedoms and who fight to keep them, as well as their family members for sacrificing time away from their loved ones so that we may all be free and safe. Shout out goes to the brave men and women who are involved in law enforcement, who are firefighters and EMS, who in times of tragedy are the ones running towards the danger while the rest of us are simply trying to get away from it. And finally, to the doctors, nurses, home healthcare providers, surgeons, frontline workers, anybody involved in the medical field. Your Super Bowl is to save a life or to nurse us back to health in our times of need. So thank you so very, very much. All the men and women that I have shouted out here in these three groups at times can work very thankless jobs, and we do not say thank you enough. So every time I get on this mic, as long as I got a show, as long as I get people tuned in, I'm going to say thank you to them. So thank you very kindly, every member of those groups that I have said. All right, real quick, let's get a couple more shout outs and then we'll get to the topics at hand. We got my will KOC take the I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. You best believe that. Shout out Rap in the building. What's going on, Rap? Hey, saw your show last night with you and Yogi. Y'all threw it down. If y'all don't subscribe, Purple Pocket Podcast, hit my brother up. He just launched some new merch yesterday. She lost some new merch yesterday. Shout out Viking Gaming with the $5 super chat. Hope she has a great time. Oh, boy. I told her you better not lose your phone. You better take a lot of pictures. And I'm guessing she's not going to have an issue with that, considering she's a 14-year-old teenager living in the 21st century. But here we go. Vikings for life. I forgot about that's right, the throwbacks. You are absolutely correct. We got the throwbacks tonight, baby. Shout out Caesar in the building. What's going on? Make that throwback our regulars. Yes. And we got to get a W tonight in those throwbacks. We got screwed the pooch in week 1 against the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who look absolutely mediocre at best, by the way. How did we lose to that team? I have no idea. Shout out again to Evo. Appreciate you. All right, Caesar, what you got? Can we make the whiteout a playoff tradition? Well, you know what? That would be interesting. That would absolutely be interesting. Whoa! All right, I'm going to go back on what I said a minute ago. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my audio, but I'm going to do one before and one after. Hold on, everybody. Get ready. Why did I do that? We'll find out. Shout out Dave in the building for the Honeybee 99.99. Holy cow, Dave. Thank you so very much. Absolutely appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. It is extremely humbling to be back up on this mic and to have the kind of support and loyalty that you guys have shown us all the time. You know what? Getting back to the whiteouts, they were really, really nice. And I do think that should be a tradition. But you know what? It's not up to me. I don't know how much the NFL would do. I think you might have to do, I don't know what they have to do to do the throwbacks or do the alternates, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We wear them again when we host the Lions on Walkout. There you go. There you go. We'll talk about that as well. There you go. All right, let's get to some topics and let's get up out of here because we've got a limited amount of time. All right, real quick, let's cut the music back on, of course. Let's do that. The NFC North Roundup. Well, guess what? This week bookends 2 NFC North teams facing each other. The black and blue division. The NFC North division. Of course, we got the Vikings and the Bears. But we headlined this weekend with the Packers going in and beating the Detroit. Now, it was a win-win. If the Packers lose, that's always a good thing. And on Thanksgiving, it's even better. No, what a mess with their festivities. But somehow, some way, the Green Bay Packers pretty much dominated that game. It wasn't even really that close. The Lions turned the ball over so many times. It was unbelievable how many turnovers and how many failed fourth downs the Lions had. I don't know what to make of this team. All I'm going to say is this. People ask me over the weekend, hey, do we need to worry about the Packers? You know, they're only a game and a half behind. Well, they're 1 game back pending tonight's game. Oh, if we lose to Chicago, we'll only be a half game behind us. First off, we ain't lose to Chicago. But no, I'm not worried about the Green Bay Packers. They got the Kansas City Chiefs going into Lambeau Field. They are going to destroy the Packers on Lambeau Field. I know the Chiefs have had some struggles. They don't look as dominant, but they're still the Kansas City Chiefs. And now that the Baltimore Ravens have taken over the first seed over in the AFC, Kansas City is going to turn up. I'll tell you that right now. But what I'm going to say about the Detroit Lions is this. They got an easy schedule coming up here. Yes, they got the Dallas Cowboys sandwich around the 2 games that we're going to play them in December. Yeah, they've got a pretty easy schedule, but I'm telling you right now, the Detroit's always going to Detroit. Detroit's going to Detroit. I've been sitting and waiting, saying, you know what? I don't know. Maybe this year's different. No, it's not different. Detroit is going to Detroit. As I said, they have the Cowboys in between the 2 games around us. But up until that, yeah, they got the Saints next week, and the Saints are going to be a little irritated with the game they blew yesterday against the Atlanta Falcons. They're now tied in that division at 5-6. I told you that's going to be a real division, and I told you that's why if we don't win the division, we want to get up to the 5 seed plate for New Orleans. But I'm not worried about the Green Bay Packers catching up for a wild card. Seattle's going to fall off here too. So at the end of the day, for me, I ain't worried about the Packers. Jordan Love is thoroughly mediocre, and I said this on the podcast with Vikings versus SKOL. I actually don't mind. It's not that I like these victories by the Packers, but I don't mind it. Why? brought Detroit back to the game. 2, the Packers are going to see Jordan Love as something that he's not. He's a mediocre quarterback, and he's playing just well enough for the Packers not to draft a quarterback in the next draft. So I'm not all that depressed. I'm really not. Detroit Lions, all I'm going to say for the national media, have the same energy that you had for the Vikings. Oh, the Vikings, they're frauds. They haven't beaten anybody, and they're all these one-score games, and they're always getting close and all this other stuff. You know what? Have that same energy for Detroit. Pretty pleased. All right, let's get back to the chat here real quick. See what else we got going on. See who else is in the building. We got Mr. Tonic in the building. What is going on? Good to see you. I appreciate this, Tonic. I appreciate you. And let's hit the reset button. We're going to hit the reset button twice. Each time we're going to have to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. And again, any donations tonight, as well as the next couple of weeks, and you do get some matching donations. So you put $20 in. I think it's 25 or 30 that I'll get all together. I don't know what the percentage is. All I know is I turn in receipts and they say, hey, here's the extra money that you really get. So anything that you guys can do. I know holiday shopping, Black Friday, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you as always. But as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right, back to this. Who else? I know I see at least one or two people. We got the Lord in the building. What's up, Lord Duncan? You are correct, Lord. You are correct. You are correct. See? All right, no more sounders tonight. No more sounders. No more sounders. Hold on. All right, give me a sound check now. Give me a sound check now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to leave that one up there. But in all seriousness, I appreciate you guys. Any chance you have some sort of sidechain setting? Yeah, I don't know. Me and Dave been trying to figure it out. And like I said, I'm not doing any sounders anymore, but I digress. Can't hear you, Mike. All right, tell me now, guys. Tell me now. Still muffled? Really? What the heck is going on here? All right, no more sounds. How about now, ladies and gentlemen? How about now? I'm cutting all sounds off except for the dulcet tones of my voice, or at least that's what I gotta try to say. Yeah, I just killed it. I'm done with it. How about now, ladies and gentlemen? Well, regardless, shout out Ashley in the building. What's going on? All right, clear. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, no more sounders for the foreseeable future. It's just gonna be me, but I digress. Shout out Ashley in the building. What's going on? Say hello to your wonderful king for me. I hope. By the way, tell me what you guys got on the menu tonight. What you eating tonight? What you drinking tonight? Give me some more chats in here as to what you guys got going on here tonight. Got some thumbs up, better on the mic, but yes, I did hear. Yes, the Wild fired their head coach. Not the head coach's fault at all with the salary cap mess that they're in right now, but at the end of the day, that's better. All right, I appreciate you guys. All right, next topic at hand. What are we going to do about this running game? You know what? It's been a topic for way the heck too long. It's been a topic for too many weeks. Too many backup running backs. But according to Jeremy Fowler, Ty Chandler's going to have an enhanced role. You know what? His enhanced role better be he takes the bulk of the carries. That's what it should be. I know. Ty Chandler, a little bit younger, doesn't have all of the cunning and guile. And in college, he was just so fast, he could just run in any direction. And he didn't have to think about it too much. And in the pros, you can't quite do that. But guess what? Even with that being said, he's more productive right now than Alexander Madison. Again, love Alexander, met his father, had his father on, met some of his family members. I've done that bit a few times. All I'm going to say right now is this is about what is doing best for the team. I have jokingly said, does Alexander Madison have pictures of KOC in a compromising position, and that's why he still gets the starts and he gets the bulk of the carries? I don't know, and at this point, I don't care. KOC, do what is best for the team. We're going to talk about Justin Jefferson here a little bit about, we're going to do what's best for the team. Great. Then do that with your running back. Get Ty Chandler involved. Swing passes. Jet sweeps, anything. You want to put Alexander Madison and Ty Chandler on the field at the same time and, do some play action, Alexander, and some jet sweeps here. That's fine too. All I care about at this point is doing what is best. Now, yes, they had 175 yards rushing against Denver last week, who's one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. And yeah, Alexander Madison looked good, but he didn't look as good as Ty Chandler. I know, take out the fake punt. That's fine. Alexander Madison still isn't as good carrying the rock as Ty Chandler. I'm sorry. I know. You guys that religiously follow me, watch every show, listen to every podcast that I do, you've heard me say this 1,000 times. And I'm going to say it 1,000 times more until KOC gets it through his thick skull. After tonight, going into this bye week, you better change your ways. And it really should start tonight. The Bears, they're much better against the run than the Denver Broncos are. So it is going to be tough sledding here in the run game this afternoon or this evening, but I want the guy that has the higher ceiling. Yeah, well, Ty Chandler's not as good a pass blocker as Alexander Madison. Really? Why? Because one blitz pickup, he didn't win the rep and the quarterback's arm got hit and ended up being a turnover. Oh, well, that means he's a bad pass blocker. End of story. No. He had some other blitz pickups that were pretty daggone good, and it ain't like Alexander Madison ain't never miss a pass block either. So All I am going to say is this one more time for everybody in the back, in case you didn't hear me. Ty Chandler better have the bulk of the majority of the carries tonight because we need his speed. We don't have Jefferson yet, so guess what? We need to take as much pressure off Dobbs as possible. This is going to be home game, Monday Night Football. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, whatever you want to say about them, everybody's watching you. Everybody's watching you. So get this running game fixed, get Ty Chandler the ball, and oh, by the way, you're going to win this game if you give Ty Chandler the ball. Shout out to Mr. Tunna. Get the rock to Chandler, 20-plus carries. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lord Duncan comes in saying, tacos, tacos, tacos. You know what, Lord Duncan? So am I, baby. I was going to go out and get some pizza. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I got to do the show. I got to support my other brothers doing some other shows here as well. So, yeah, as soon as I get done, I'll be frying up that taco machine. You better believe that. Vikings fan 123 says, eggnog and ice cream. All right. You know, I had the most ridiculous glass of eggnog at Thanksgiving on Thursday, and it was, I forget what the brand of it was, but it had a little bit more nutmeg than the typical eggnog does. And boy, was it good. Boy, was it good. I digress. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'm just not gonna have to do that anymore. Too evil, you ain't even funny. I'm not even gonna leave it. Ashley says loaded potato soup. Boy, Ashley, you guys got it going on in that house. All the dishes you put out there to me last week, aside from the fact that we're talking about split pea soup and green bean casserole, but loaded potato soup sounds so. Today is a good day for soups and chilies. 15 degrees when I walked in this house, and oh, by the way, I'm in the basement. I haven't moved the space heater in here, so yeah, if I'm shaking a little bit, it's because it's a little cold down here, but that's all right. Caesar's got Italian and McGolden. There you go. There you go. Stop it already. Sup, Davey Chains. What is going on? Shout out Davey Chains in the building. Love that new helmet, by the way. You got the Skeletor and the Vikings helmet. I love it. Thank you so much for dropping by. Tyson, what's going on? Good to see you. Blessings to you guys as well. Hope you all had a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and it is great that you guys are joining with me here this evening. All right. KOC is smarter than all of us. He's the master. Yeah, exactly. He does think he's the smartest guy in the room, and I said that a few times about him last year. I totally agree. You cannot excuse that fumble. He didn't get hit sideways. He just flat out dropped the ball, and at the end of it, for me, that should have been when he got benched. KOC, as I say to my daughter, I am your father. I am not your friend. Sometimes you have to make choices, and sometimes you have to be the bad guy and be the leader and say, guess what? You're going to sit on the bench till you stop fumbling. Speaking of Nutmeg, what's up, Nutmeg? If you lose, do you think after the bye week, the Vikings put in help? Well, that's a possibility. And if they did lose tonight, which I don't think they will, but if they did, yeah, I would definitely consider it because I wanted to see Jared Mahomes Hall. That's what me and Rap dubbed him, Jared Mahomes Hall. And he looked good in that second drive anyway. But yes, if they lose, I would consider it. Absolutely. I don't know that the Vikings would, though. I don't think that the Vikings would, but that's just me. Let's get Powell some screen. Yes. In fact, I've said this about Powell. When Justin Jefferson gets back, the wide receiving should be Jefferson, Addison, Powell, and then KJ Osborne. But, you know, I'm not the head coach. I'm not the smartest guy in the room. All right, hit the reset button here one more time. If you didn't already do so on your way in, hit that like button. If you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you didn't hear the first couple times I said it, any donations going tonight in the next couple of weeks are going to go to my daughter's field trip. So anything you can do, whether it's on the YouTube or as it's scrolling at the bottom, you can also hit me up on the Cash App as well. All right. Oops, did not mean to do that. All of a sudden, stuff is gone. What the heck was I thinking? I wasn't. What are you thinking? You weren't. I digress. Okay. Oh, some wild rice soup sounds so good. There's an old phrase, and it's true. Speed kills, absolutely. Shout out Ryan in the building. What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. Hope your wife is doing good. Put it in the notes. How's your wife doing? She's still doing okay? I certainly hope so. Nope, a loss will not trigger the host. Probably not. Shout out JJ. What's up, nephew? Good to see you. Thank you so kindly for joining me. I know you better not be drinking some adult drinks tonight, but put it in the chat as I said. What y'all eating? What y'all drinking? Davey Chain says my 10-win prediction at the bye is looking pretty bleak. Yeah, I would say so. But that's all right. Yes, the shotgun handoff. I've never understood that. But Vikings need to keep Hall as the backup. Maybe. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. Shout out Skolden in the building. What's up, Skolden? Thank you kindly for joining me. And by the way, if this is your first time here, there is no requirement to put anything in the chat. But if you do, you get shouted out. And if you're a first timer, you get shouted out to everybody in the chat because I put the call out to everybody. All right, next topic, and then let's get rolling here because I know I only got 10 minutes and I still got a couple topics left here. Make sure I hit the right one. Nope, that's not the right one. Strawberry Fields forever. Justin Fields. It's real simple. Cover DJ Moore and contain him because that's all the offense the Bears have. That's all they got. It's nothing. They're terrible. They're terrible offensively. They're okay defensively. They do take the ball away, and we'll talk about that more when we talk about the Vikings offense. But this game defensively, all you need to do is double team DJ Moore and then blitz Justin Fields and contain him. He had over 100 yards rushing last week in that game against the Detroit Lions that they frankly should have won, but they did absolutely nothing in the second half. They had 4 scoring drives, 1 touchdown, and 3 field goals. That's the only reason Detroit won that game. They had a 70-yard drive in the middle of the fourth quarter, and all they needed to do was punch the ball into the end zone, and then that game's over. But alas, they're the Bears. They're terrible, and they're going back into hibernation. So like I said, as far as Strawberry Fields forever, I wanted to have something up there, but the point I'm making is simply this. Blitz him. That's what you did in Chicago. Now, you don't have Jordan Hicks, and no, Anthony Barr is not going to have 50, 60 snaps. He's only going to have about 25 or 30 at best. But yes, Anthony Barr, spy him, strategic blitzing, whatever. Just keep him contained. Don't let him break contain and beat you on the ground because they don't have much of a running game. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Their whole entire run game is Justin Fields. Contain him, you win this game. He doesn't have enough to beat you through the air. But I'm going to go rapid fire here. I'm going to go to my next topic anyway. Turn around, bright eyes. How many references to one Bonnie Tyler can I make in one evening? I'm going to say it like this. It goes as simply as this. Stop doing your 360 pirouettes. I like that you have mobility. I like that you have pocket awareness, but you don't need to do a 360 every time you are starting to be pressured because sometimes you've got the escapability and sometimes you run right into people. You need to cut down the turnovers, Mr. Dobbs. It's the only thing I'm going to say bad about you. You got to cut down the turnovers. You got to take care of it better. Now, yes, the first fumble on the third play game against the Denver Broncos was a bit of a cheap shot, but guess what? The ball was already coming out anyway. So we're not going to blame the hit for why you fumbled. The interception, okay, let's pick up. Didn't get out of the way. Stuff happens. You're not going to be turnover free, but you've had too many turnovers since you've taken over this team. Had 2 in Atlanta, got away with it. Had one. I was a 1 or 2 against the Saints. I don't remember. Turn around, bright eyes. Stop turning the ball over. The Bears, the only chance the Bears have is if they have a +2 in the turnover differential, and they are pretty good with the turnover differential. They are. They're not the 85 Bears. They're not the 2000 Ravens, but they're decent. Middle of the road to slightly above middle of the road in takeaways and turnover differential. That is the only thing that concerns me. Yes, you're going to get TJ Hawkinson the ball. You're going to get that running game going like we talked about, hopefully. And play action passes to Jordan Addison, Brandon Powell, etc. But the only thing that I'm really worried about in this game is turning the ball over. Turn it around. Turn around this turnover stuff. Stop ending up with a turnover on either your first or second possession. Can we get to at least the middle of the second quarter? I mean, I'd like to get to the whole game without any turnovers. That would be ideal. But can we at least get to the second quarter, maybe the middle of the second quarter before we turn the ball over again? Can we please stop? If you get the ball first, go on down the field, score a touchdown, and make Justin Fields play from behind. And you know what? If you don't have the ball first, fine. Get Justin Fields off the field, but stop turning the ball over. That's the only way the Bears can win this game is if you turn the ball over a bunch. So between Strawberry Fields forever and turnaround bright eyes, the entire point of this long rambling dissertation is win the turnover battle, you win this game. It's as simple as that. All right, reset buttons here. Shout out to, I hate when I do that. I hate when the top beans. Shout out Vikings Funeral. I knew the king was going to be in here. $25 super chat. Thank you so very, very kindly. I very much appreciate you. And I very much appreciate you and Ashley hitting me up over in my chats and supporting. And I appreciate that that wonderful Flash jersey. Unfortunately, we're 0-1 with the Flash jersey, guys. So I'm not wearing it today. We'll see what happens. But in all seriousness, shout out to Vikings Funeral for the $25 donation. Shout out to Nutmeg for the $10 super chat. We appreciate you as well. Keep it growing. I appreciate you. You are 100% correct. We appreciate you. All right, let's get to some chats because I knew I see a couple in there that I haven't shouted out yet. So let's make sure we get this going. We have to get JJ started something. Well, we're going to get into that. All right, JJ says, also, there you go. Good to see y'all. Need to run. All right. Appreciate you, Tonic. Appreciate you stopping by. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for coming in. Shout out Gary in the building. What's up, Gary? Good to see you as well. I like what Tyson got going on. Shredded pork and some IPAs. You know what, Tyson? I might just swing on by. Nah, I ain't really swinging on by, but that's all right. What up, Frozen North? Good to see you again as well. Every no and then we fall. Well, that too. Well, there is that. 720. You ain't lying. You are not lying. Shout out Joey in the building. What's up, Joey? Good to see you. Thanks again for stopping by. I heard TJ has gonna have to have a rib removed. Then I'm trying to stay focused, Lord. I'm trying to get in and out so everybody can get their food ready, get on to the other shows, and you got me laughing like that. All right, at halftime, I'll have a burger, fries. All right, and another Sprite. All right, there you go. There you go. I think that one of my banners didn't come through. All right, well, I always hate that. I always hate that when that happens. All right. You know what? Production value. I don't have any, so we'll just put me and the mini me up there for the rest of the show here tonight, since one of my banners didn't upload. Once again, Dave, I got to find a better system here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this one. Playoffs. Well, we talked about it earlier. Don't need to worry about the Green Bay Packers catching us for the wild card because the Seattle Sea Chickens are going to fall off anyway. It was a good thing that the Lions lost. I'm not going to say it was a good thing that the Packers won. I'm going to say a good thing the Lions lost. But even if we don't catch them for the division, we got to have to fall flat on our faces to miss the playoffs here. So anybody that says to you, oh, the Packers are right there, whatever. They got nothing for us. They got nothing for us. All right. So I'm going to throw this one back up there. Then it's going to go to prediction time, and then we'll get up out of here because I got 4 minutes until y'all going to go over to Vikings First and SKOL to watch Dave and Tyler on the Real Forno Show. And for those of you who just got here, again, Mini Me's going to the Big Apple as well as Washington, D.C. Any donations made in the next couple of weeks will get a percentage match by the educational system. So anything you can do to help out would be absolutely great. And shout out to everybody that's donated so far. I very much appreciate you guys. All right, prediction time. The Minnesota Vikings should win by at least 14 points. Probably should win by at least 17. They're not going to. Why? Because it's Kevin O'Connell. He always likes to pay homage to Mike Zimmer. Say, we got to keep it close, keep it interesting, and all that other good stuff. All right, here's the deal. My final score prediction is going to be 27-20. Vikings get this W. I'd like to think it's going to be 27-13 and the Bears get a garbage touchdown at the end, but I don't. I think it's going to be a dogfight because that's just what the Vikings do. No, at the end of it, yes, when Justin Jefferson gets back, it's going to be a whole different ball game because you can't put a spy on Josh Dobbs and double team Jefferson and deal with TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison and company. But for right now, I think the Vikings get it done tonight. We're going to be drinking our celebratories live at the 2-minute warning over on Vikings First and SKOL. We should not be still waiting. We should be in victory formation. We should easily win this game by 2 touchdowns. Again, if they get a garbage time touchdown at the end to make it look closer than it actually was, fine, whatever. I don't care. The Vikings are a better team. And for all this talk about, well, should Justin Jefferson be back? Is he holding in? Is he not happy because he didn't get his contract? That's phony baloney. And by the way, nobody cares about your damn fantasy team. Stop hitting up any player of any sport. Oh, you got to get back out there because my fantasy team is hurt. Ain't nobody care about your fantasy team. So stop hitting up Justin Jefferson. Stop throwing stuff at Alexander Madison that goes beyond football. It's like, seriously, I get it. We have embraced the betting industry. We have embraced fantasy football. That's all well and good. Part of drafting a fantasy football team is that there is inherent injury risk. No, Justin Jefferson's not going to get out there just so that you can try to win your fantasy league. And you know what? I would have loved to see him tonight. But holding him out for one more week, not the end of the world. The Vikings should be able to beat this team without Justin Jefferson. Okay? End of discussion there. So 27-20 is my final score prediction. We got 2 minutes left. Throw it in the chat. What's your final score predictions? And then, as I said, I'm going to put it in the chat here when I'm done with my show here to get on over to Vikings First and SKOL. So let me get these last chats up here, and then we'll get up out of here. Shout out Gary in the building, the other Gary in the building. What's up, my SKOL brother? Good to see you. Thank you so kindly for joining me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. Lord says, can't wait to celebrate another Vikings victory tonight. You are correct. You are correct. Gary Olson says 27-17. A little closer than I would like, but I would take it. I would take it. Ryan says, just don't lose to the clown show known as the Bears. Yes. Vikings finna whoop 37. I see. You know what? You're pretty close to me. Pretty close to me. If our defense scores a couple of touchdowns. Yeah, well, there is that. Other Gary, Grandpa Gary says 28-21. All right. Before y'all go, let me get you the link to my compatriots over at Vikings First and SKOL. Go hit them up. The Real Forno Show tonight is going off here in just a couple of minutes and live at the 2-minute warning. The 2-minute warning is when Dave kicks off the post-game show. I will try to make an appearance over there. I told Dave I would try to get on over there. I'll at least get in there for 5 or 10 minutes, hopefully, unless something comes up here. Why can I not find my guys first? And see, this is what we do. Cross promotions here, ladies and gentlemen. Cross promotions. Or something like that. If you don't already subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you didn't wipe your feet at the door, hit the like button on the way out if you could, please, so that this gets pushed out over that YouTube algorithm just a touch more here for me. I appreciate you guys. Here we go. Here it is. Go check out my boys. It's too evil. It never gets old. It never gets old. Shout out Vikings Funeral. He's got the 35-20. Take the over if you're betting, according to Vikings Funeral. Hey, I appreciate you guys so very, very much for coming on by. Too Evil says a 5-to-5 tie. All right, last one for the night. G-Mac, I don't need to tell you what would happen if my name were Wilf and we lost to the Bears. Oh, You ain't lying, Greg. You ain't lying. In all seriousness, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Time on Purple and Gold for Days, Rapping for Daves. That's the post-game show that Rap and I do. We alternate each week. This week it's on my channel. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Time, there will be no Under the Lights this week. My compatriot Dave from Minnesota Sports Talk is on vacation. He and his family are enjoying a cruise. So shout out to them. Safe travels and enjoy your vacation, Dave. So right after we get done talking about how we went an entire year, 52 weeks without missing a show, he decides to go on vacation. But it ended up working out because Rap and I were not going to do a show last night. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time on Purple and Gold for Days, Rapping for Days, the post-game show with me and Rap. Shout out Dr. Proto in the building. Well, you know what? This is an unusual time, but that's a good thing, Doctor. Just hit that rewind button. You see everything I got going on. There was about a 2-minute stretch in there where my audio went kaput, as always. So no more sounders until I get this internet situation figured out. But in all seriousness, thank you kindly for joining me. Head on over to Vikings First and SKOL to the Real Forno Show. Come back at the 2-minute warning to Vikings First and SKOL. And oh, by the way, if you're looking for a watch party entertainment, rumor has it that One Bar and Lubbock's are going to be going live tonight. I believe their show starts at about 7 o'clock. So check out my boys there as well. That is going to be it. Want to thank everybody one last time. That's right. One last time. We got a shout out one more time for GG Sports Talk. We got Vikings Gaming. We got brother Dave with the honeybee. We got Vikings Funeral and Nutmeg. Thank you guys so very, very much for the donations towards my daughter's field trip here this evening and for all of the loyalty and the support that you guys all show me. We got one more in here. This is the last one for sure. This is the last one for What's up, Ditter? Biggest game of KOC's coaching career. I don't know that I would go that far, but I agree. This should be the time where he stops trying to be smarter than everybody else in the room. Thank you kindly, as always, for joining me. SKOL, to the next episode. We will see you over on Vikings First and SKOL for the Real Forno Show here, starting right now and live at the 2-minute warning. Y'all have a great evening. SKOL Vikes, let's win this game and send those Bears into hibernation. Good night.